Good morning students, I am Jubaira Molvi. In the last class we have already learnt about the chapter force and pressure. In that chapter we already learned the definition of forces, effects of forces, characteristics of forces and importance of force in day-to-day life. Now we have studied about types of forces. What are the types of forces? Let us see. There are two types of forces, that is contact force and non-contact forces. How many types? Two types, that is contact force and non-contact force. What is the meaning of contact force? Let us see. Force which can be applied only when contact with each other. Contact means, as you know, it is in touch with any object is known as contact forces. And what do you mean by non-contact forces? Force which cannot be applied without contact with any object is known as non-contact forces. Contact with objects means contact force and without contact with any objects means non-contact forces. Next, muscular force and friction force are the example for contact forces. Next, that is magnetic force, electrostatic force, gravity means gravitational force are the examples for non-contact forces. Let us see what do you mean by contact forces. As you know, there are two types of forces, that is contact and non-contact. Before starting, dear students, I have collected lots of definitions for you. Just you have to prefer which one is easy for you. Okay, let us start. What is the definition of contact forces? This first definition, that is contact force, is the force that acts only when two bodies are in physical contact or two bodies are interact with each other. Physical contact or two bodies are interact with each other. Just you have to see this diagram. A boy is carrying something. It is contact with each other. They both are contact with each other. Okay. Let us move another definition. It is also definition of contact force. What is that? Force that requires a touch or a contact to be applied are known as contact forces. As you know, muscular force and friction forces are example for contact forces. Let us see the examples. First diagram. Just you have to observe this first diagram. Boy is pulling something. Pulling means it is touch with two objects, boy and the object. And second one, that is pulling a box. Pulling a box means it is also contact with each other. And next one is, that is carrying a box. Carrying means of course we have touch with any objects. So these are the examples for contact forces. One more definition. I already told you, you have to prefer any one of these definitions. So what is your next definition? That is force that comes into action after the interaction between objects is known as contact forces. Force that comes into action after the interaction between any two objects is known as contact forces. Next point, that is contact force works on the point of contact. Works of the point of contact means it is in touch position. For example, that is pulling a car. When you are pulling a car, of course you have in touch with the car. So next one is, that is hitting a ball. Hitting a ball is also example for contact force because without touching we can't hit the ball. And next example, that is tug of war. In the tug of war, of course it is also example for contact force. Without contact we can't play any game. Next one. As you know, muscular force is an example for contact forces. Let us see what is the meaning of muscular force. Okay. Next, what is the force? It is the force exerted by the muscles. Like when you are carrying a purse bag while moving muscles play a great role. For example, picking of school bag. Example is given here. Muscular force means it is of course depending upon muscles. So example, that is carrying the purse or a bag. While moving, muscles plays a great role. While picking of a school bag, without muscles we can't pick anything. So it is also example for muscular force. Let us see importance, that is, what are the importance of muscular force, where we use muscular force. So let us see. Muscular force is the force that is caused by action of muscles inside the body. It is also called as contact force. Muscular force is also called as contact forces. For example, like we cannot push or pull the book kept on the table without touching it. And another example, that is, bucket filled with water cannot hold without touch. So these are the example for muscular force. Now for this we need to apply force that will be exerted with the hand. This means our muscles plays very important role. And also, second point, just you have to observe here, animals make us muscular force to carry out physical tasks. Animals like bull, carts, horses, donkey, etc. need muscular force for difficult tasks. And next one, that is coolies. As you know, in the bus stops and the railway stations, coolies are there. Coolies use muscular force to lift your luggages. And next point, that is athletics. Athletics use this muscular force for running. And one more definition of muscular force, that is force due to an action of muscles is called muscular force. Force due to the action of muscles, it is depending upon muscles, is known as muscular force. And second point, that is force resulting because of action of muscles, is known as muscular force. It is wholly depending upon the action of muscles, so known as muscular force. Example, again here some examples are given, that is pushing the object like school bag, or lifting the dumbbells for exercise. Lifting the dumbbells, without muscles we can't lift the dumbbells. So these are the examples for muscular forces. And one more example, just you have to observe this diagram. A boy is carrying toys. Without muscles he can't carry the toys. So what are the points here? That is, first point, force which allows, as you know, it is depending upon action of muscles. And the second point, human as well as animals uses the muscular forces for their various tasks. And next point, that is, by muscular force a bull cart is able to pull a cart. For example, just you have to see here, muscular force. Example, without muscles the animals did not carry anything. So it is also example for muscular force. And next point, that is, before that, one more definition is there about muscular force. Just you have to see here, the force comes into a play because of action of muscles. Action of muscles is known as muscular force. Again here some examples are given. I already told that for purpose of you, I have collected so many definitions and examples for you. So just you have to prefer which one is easy for you. Next example, that is human being using muscular force in order to walk, running, walking, lifting, pulling, pushing. We use muscular force. And next point, that is the expansion and contraction of lungs by using muscular force. And next one is, that is movement of food along with food pipe. As you know, where is the food pipe, and as you know about, that is animals also using muscular force for their various tasks. That's why they can move from one place to another place. For example, donkey is lifting something here using their muscle. So that is also example for muscular force. So these all are example for muscular force. Let us move next example of contact force, that is friction force. What is the meaning of friction? Friction plays a great role in our life. Then what is the definition of force? What is the definition of friction force? Let us see. It is an opposing force that acts between surface in contact moving with respect to each other. It is an opposing force that acts between surface in contact moving with respect to each other. And second point, it is very important point, that is the direction of force. Friction is always opposite to direction of motion. Let us see here this diagram. We are applying force here. One box is there, just you have to pushing it from this side and moving it from this side, but the friction is like this. See here, direction of force of friction always opposite to the direction of motion, always opposite to the direction of motion. It means motion is this side, this direction, and friction is this direction. Okay, next, that is friction force. The force of friction arise between surface of two objects, as you know. And the second point, we already discussed it. It is depending upon it is the force of friction always acts on all moving objects and its direction is always opposite to the direction of motion. So next point, that is third one, which is your third point, that is force of friction comes into action only after interaction between two objects. Thus, it is a type of contact force. For example, see here, a person pushing door. The movement is in this direction and the friction is this direction. Is it clear? Next one, that is another example of friction. Just you have to observe here, tire. So what is your first point? That is to oppose the relative motion to surfaces when one surface is moving over the other force, which acts, is said to be friction. And second point, that is friction always opposes motion because it acts in opposite direction of motion. This could be no friction if there is no contact between two surfaces. Means it is not possible for friction. So of course friction takes place when contact between two surfaces. So friction force also depending upon the nature of contact surfaces. That's why this is also an example for contact surfaces. Now, dear students, I am attaching a one video for you. Just you have to observe it carefully. Okay? Let us see this video.
How do things move in real life? Say a ball is moving on a flat ground and there's no external force acting on it. Will the ball eventually come to a halt? Yes, it will. Have you ever wondered why? Say you're skating on an ice rink and your friend is skating on the road. Whose movement do you think will be smoother? Definitely yours. When you hold a bottle in your hand, why doesn't it just slip through and fall? Sometimes when you're walking around in a mall, do you remember seeing a caution sign to warn you about the floor being wet? What explains all this? The answer is friction. The reason why the ball eventually comes to a halt is because of the force of friction. The reason why skating on an ice rink is easier because the force of friction is lesser there. The bottle doesn't slip through because the force of friction between your hand and the bottle doesn't allow it to do so. If the floor is wet, the friction offered by it reduces and there are chances that you might slip and fall. So what is this friction we're talking about? It's quite easy to understand its concept. Friction is nothing but a force. It is the force exerted by a surface where an object moves across it. In the first case, when the ball is moving in this direction, the force of friction is acting in the opposite direction. The force of friction offered by the ice rink floor is lesser than the force of friction offered by the road. Hence, skating on the ice rink is easier and seems effortless. The bottle does not slip down because the surface of your hand offers a friction in the upward direction. And in the case of the floor in the mall, the soapy water reduces the friction offered by the floor. In the coming lessons, we'll learn a lot more about friction. We'll see the factors affecting friction. We'll understand if friction helps us in our everyday life or not. And we will also cover the different types of friction.
So this is all about today's section. In this section, we already discussed about the contact forces and their examples. In the next video, we will discuss about the non-contact forces. Until, take care. Bye bye dear.